Hi everyone, welcome to SunwayFM. It's all shiny here in our studio and I hope everyone is having a bright, shiny day. I'm Caitlin.
I'm Chloe.
I'm Lian, and we are your hosts in SunwayFM.
We are a student-led broadcast here at Sunway University, and we hope that everyone has been well.
And don't forget to follow our social media page at SunwayFM on our official Facebook page and Instagram account so you can catch up all our podcasts. And also today we will be recapping on 3 topics a little bit on the December holidays, tips and tricks to survive online classes, and also talk about New Year resolutions. After our last podcast in December, we decided to have a holiday as well, and we would like to welcome everyone back to the podcast. Woo! Did you guys enjoy the breaks?
Well, I was working throughout December and November, so my break was full on being a really busy bee, as I mentioned in the last podcast. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been relaxing, I guess, in a way.
But too bad you didn't come and celebrate my birthday.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, but you guys had like a gathering or something, and I couldn't make it because of work. So
Yes, we did. We did have a Christmas gathering where the SunFM team really meet up for the first time, and it was coincidentally falls on Lian's 20th birthday, and we have a little secret Santa exchange, and luckily we get all we wanted. And I was Lian's secret Santa.
I was my own secret Santa.
I mean, it's kind of sad that on my birthday, not everyone managed to attend it because it was such like a fun time. But thanks to Chloe, she managed to bake us some brownies, which is really sweet.
Yeah.
And I got
with peanut butter and chocolate. That the chocolate melt inside our mouth was like, well, can burst inside, right, Lian?
I guess you can say so, but I got really terrified of eating too much cakes now because on that day, right? I not only celebrate with you guys, I also celebrate with my family, my boyfriend, college mate, secondary mate. So every single time I went outing with them, I would always have cake. And so now I kind of have a bit of trauma on cakes. Don't ask me if it's sweet.
I will make cookies next time then. No more cakes. No more cakes for you.
Please do. Chocolate chip cookies are the favorites. Chocolate chip cookies. What are your favorite cookies, Lian?
I don't know. Chocolate chip maybe. I don't really eat much cookie though. But I do love some lime tarts. The sourish ones are really nice.
I will make them for you.
I can't wait. But anyways, for me, during the past few weeks, I didn't really get to go anywhere much because, we are discouraged to go out from too much. So like on New Year's Eve, I mainly stayed at home and we only had like dinner near by my place. But luckily on the Christmas Eve, however, before the lockdown, my mom actually decided to bring me, my brother, and my aunt to Genting. Because to have chill a little while over there. And we had wasabi popcorns.
Ooh.
And also some grilled steak. It's kind of different though, wasabi popcorn.
Is it good?
It's actually pretty good. If you like the taste of wasabi. Because it's actually different. It's not your typical sweet popcorn. It's more of like salty, spicy kind of flavor. It's like Eureka bread, but a different flavor. So yeah, we also had I remember we had chocolate marshmallow and there were a lot of performance outdoors. So it was pretty nice lah. But what about you, Caitlin? What have you been doing during the past few weeks?
Besides staying at home and just binge watching the news, mostly I stay at home. And now I'm back in my hometown, Malacca. So yeah, I've been spending most of my time with my maternal grandparents, my mom's parents, as they are in their late 70s and early 80s. So we know that grandparents, they need more company and care with the grandchild. So I'm basically their favorite grandchild. So yeah, they're really happy for me to be here. And they take care of me since I was a baby. So we can clearly see the bond between my grandparents and myself. So when we're interacting, and a lot of people say that, oh, you have a really close relationship with your grandparents. I was like, yeah. So they are my everything. They are my superheroes, especially my grandma. Yeah. And my grandpa too. He's a retired teacher. So yeah, education is everything to us.
That's nice. You're pretty confident by saying that you are their favorite grandchildren. I was like, wow, that's impressive.
I am. Cause my younger sibling and I, we were raised by our grandparents, by my grandparents when we were like babies. So we can clearly see the bond is there. And not to mention that when during Chinese New Year, my sister and I will like get like extra red packets compared to the other cousins from my uncles.
You mean like you get more ang paos than other?
Yeah. Compared to my cousins, they would get 2, but my sister and I, we will like get 3. So like my sister and I 3 and I 3. So and my cousins will get very, very jealous. Be like, oh, why you get so much red packets? And I would be like, sorry, we are the favorite grandchildren, and we grew up here. So
that's when you can tell that you're the grandparents' favorites. It's when you get the extra red packets.
Yes. The benefits.
Yes.
Extra money.
The extra money is in. So yeah, my sister and I are quite lucky. I'm very lucky to have grandparents like that. So shout out to grandparents, and shout out to me and my sister for having very loving grandparents as well. So yeah, woohoo! And with that, as we close a chapter in 2020, we welcome the new year in 2021. And of course, we have already enough of break time. It's time to go back to school, or for us, college or university. The feeling of going back to campus is fun, meeting our friends and our classmates, and for new students, it's a whole new experience for them, embarking a whole new journey into the future where they meet new friends from all over Malaysia and all over the world. And we would like to welcome all students back, no matter returning or new students, back to Sunway virtually. And Leanne, I understand you have been experiencing campus life for the first 2 years before transitioning. And Chloe, and I believe you have experienced that as well for a short period of time. So can you please bring us to what it's like from transitioning from physical classes to virtual classes totally, so we can give a mental preparation on what new students could expect when they start their classes online?
For me, I actually took a really long break from college before I started uni. So I actually did a short intensive course in Sunway College, and then I took a 7-month break before I started uni. So to come back to university and starting a whole new course online, it was really hard for me to adapt because I wasn't sure what was going on. And at first I was really excited to meet everyone in person because it was in the beginning we got like the orientation letter saying that we would be on campus, but then after that everything changed and I was like, oh no, I need to like find ways to adapt. And all I can say is you have to try and stay grounded. It's really hard to stay grounded, I understand, but I guess you can find ways to stay active and find new activities to keep you sane, I guess, in a way to keep you grounded, to go to like online classes and taking care of your mental health as well. So yeah,
I mean, to be honest, I was gonna say that I think majority of us have already adapted on online classes, including the secondary students. But I guess it's just that maybe for students who have yet to enroll into college or universities, they might have like some difficulties in making new friends because since they are not allowed to have any physical activities just yet. But at the same time, majority of the school assignments would require like collaborations with course mates. So naturally, it's important for them to like build relationships. And also, how do you do that is probably introduce yourself through texting or engaging in like online discussions. I guess it makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. I think it's also really weird in the sense that for me, in my experience, like before I enrolled into the second semester of year one, I actually planned to take a study leave, and I did not want to continue my studies until there was physical classes because I really did not like how everything was online. But I guess we have to come around because when is this pandemic gonna end? We don't know.
It's kind of true, actually. But you can say it's not that bad in my opinion because one of the perks is that you definitely spend less time in terms of traveling, you know, especially for people who are living far away from the campus, you know. But it's kind of similar to us as well, like knowing that we would be hosting the podcast together despite not being able to see each other. We still have to be acquainted with one another, right, you know, through virtual group chats. So like it might be awkward at first, definitely. But you know, the longer that we get along, eventually the awkwardness would kind of go away, and you would then be able to gain a new friend, and you know, probably have them assist you in like any obstacles that you might face educationally.
And also the chemistry is going up. The chemistry is going to be there.
Yeah, you just have to just not care about being awkward and all. It's gonna be weird, you know, trying to know someone through online, but eventually it'll be better. Yeah.
So are there any tips for our new students for online classes? Like what are your tips, and what are your like tips? Any tips for them to cope up with online classes, like setting up computers and international connectivity, or maybe set a timetable for?
All I can say is just try to stay grounded. Just try to, if you're a really disorganized person, just try to make a list. Try to follow the list or your like timetable, whatever. Just try to get in the routine. Even though it's hard, you have to keep trying to do it. That's all I can say, because I struggled a lot in my first semester. And yeah, just take care of yourself. Stay hydrated, kids.
Basically, practice time management. Because, you know, like for example, some short semesters where you don't really spend too much time on lecture classes and all. If you want to stay productive, you know, just try to get yourself involved into doing your hobbies, I guess. Just basically commit yourself into doing the things that you want to do and just not procrastinate, basically.
Yeah, always set up computer 2 hours before class. Make sure there are no distractions. Set up some home ground rules. And always a time period to do your assignments, like 2 hours or 4 hours. That's I would do. And remember, during online class, please take down some notes, because please don't expect the lecturer will just like pre-record it and put it up on eLearn or something. They will just like, oh, I'm just going to take a nap for a while, and then when I wake up, I just watch the pre-recorded video. But some lecturers, they don't prefer that. They would like you to be physically in class with the computer and camera on.
I'll set up my brain. I'll set up my brain 2 hours prior class because my brain lags. Okay. Leah, are you?
Leah had the same sentiment as well.
The joke is cold. It's pretty cold.
It's pretty bad.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. So, Kaylin, you mentioned that you're in Malacca right now, right?
I am.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you also had a fair share of online learning as well. And you said that you actually attended to Sunmoon conference through Zoom?
Not through Zoom, but through Discord, like we are now. But instead of the video turning on just to for the lagging purposes, we always turn our video off, and we could hear the delegates' voices be like, oh, I don't, this delegate doesn't agree with this, and this delegate doesn't agree with this. As compared to the physical Model United Nations Conference MUN, there will be a whole lot of drama. The delegates will be shouting at each other and will be like laughing there, like ha 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 ha, like that. And it's like, wow, I really miss that feeling of like being there in the physical moment where we can like just post on Insta story and tag the organization and be like, hey, I at Sunman, let's see this what happened. So yeah, I really miss that moment.
I can imagine the chaotic energy in the room, like physically with all like the conference and stuff, as to on True Call, because I feel like if you do it on Discord, it's gonna be a bit awkward. Like without the camera on, you can't physically feel each other's vibes, you know?
Yeah, and through the listening, you can hear like some delegates are really attacking on their on the country they are playing. No joke, because one time I was in the Dewan Rakyat Council and I played YB Henayo at I think I played YB Henayo at one of the online monk conferences held by Taylor Slickside, and like and I was in the opposition, and the delegate who is playing the MPs on the government side, wow, he's just like, and he has a law background as well. So you know, as law students, that they will have this like really fiery attitude. We can't see it, but from the voice we can like, wow, dang, this person is really good. Yeah, and say, and you know, in my mind I was thinking like, if I see that person in person, I'll tell you I'm gonna kill him on the spot, but not really literally kill. Be like, oh, so you're the person who tried to kill me down, is it? Something like that.
But then I think that even though the vibes that you say might be a little bit different, it's still we still have to like encourage the students to join like the clubs and societies as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if we look back in our previous episode, like our interview with the club and society, you can see that they are actually changing their entire routine to adapt to online learning. I mean, not learning, but like, you know, the activities and stuff like that. The
to try and
meetings
include,
and yeah,
like interactive activities on virtual.
Yeah, and for them to shift like their perspective online, especially recruiting like new members, it's hard, but it's really interesting to see how in our past interviews with like the club and societies, how they recruit new members for their clubs.
And another example I would like to bring up is the cheerleading team. They have this challenge, it's called the throwing toilet paper roll challenge. They will just like throw it and just like edit it into a video. I think we all have watched it and we follow them on their official Instagram account. And it's really cool to have that, you know, have that stunt, even though we are really far apart.
Yeah, I saw that video too. It's just that before they pass the toilet roll to someone else, they have to do like a solo performance to like showcase their talents to people. It's sort of like a way to promote kind of thing. So yeah.
That's really cool because people like during these like online stuff, you see people getting creative in a lot of ways.
Very true.
And with that, let's listen to some music. Here is Chillin' by Claudia Tan here on SunwayFM.
I'm so in love with you. Wanna do things to you. Want you like no one else do. We'd be like dynamite, boom. You got me saying sorry. You ain't got no fucking body. Need someone to tell you that you're gonna be okay. Promise you won't do me dirty. I'm your one and only baby. In the morning when you wake up, fucking body. Need someone to tell you that you're gonna be okay. Promise you won't do me dirty. I'm your one and only baby. In the morning when you wake up, you calling me by name. You say we just chillin', we just chillin'. Yeah, you ain't never gonna tell me what I want. Yeah, we just chillin'. You say we just chillin', we just chillin'. Yeah, you ain't never gonna tell me what I want. Yeah, we just chillin'. Oh, just chillin', just It's a shame that you got me so cold. It's a shame that you got me so cold, so cold. It's a shame that you got me so cold. It's a shame that you got me so cold, so cold. You say we just chillin', we just chillin'. Yeah, you ain't never gonna tell me what I want. Yeah, we just chillin'. You say we just chillin', we just chillin'. Yeah, you ain't never gonna tell me what I want. Yeah, we just chillin'. Oh, just chillin', just
Hi everyone, welcome back. That was Chillin' by Claudia Tan. Now, a few days ago, we decided to ask our audience about what are their New Year's resolution for 2021. And we found out that people are doing the best they can to overcome COVID-19, which is a very tough year for us. That's one thing. And also traveling, workout, and the workout, everyone gets a workout every year because everyone wants to get fit during this difficult time. And like most of us graduates, we hope to share that special moment with our friends to have a physical graduation instead of a virtual graduation that we see around the world, like Japan or like maybe our fellow universities in Malaysia, local universities. So I would like to ask Chloe and Lian, what are your New Year's resolutions for 2021?
For me, I would like to make much more. I would like to be more consistent in my craft. So, in terms of craft, it would be my baking business as well as my music for my course, because I realize I've been way behind track, and I've always been so demotivated to create new things. So this year, my resolution to keep me motivated is to be consistent in my craft. So yeah.
It's kind of similar to me though. It's kind of similar to me though, because for my case, right, I actually wanted to improve my self-confidence and also be able to consistently create content, but it's more unrelated to like makeup and Photoshop images kind of thing. But the thing is that on the last day of 2020, I also did make my own Q&A in my own feed where I asked my followers what are the things and aspects that they wish to change or improve in their life. So while some of them mentioned about wanting to expand their businesses as well, and also not to procrastinate, quite a few of them also mentioned about wanting to socialize with people more often, create new friendships, self-love, and also try to stabilize their mental health. But we've talked about that on the first episode, so we won't go further on that.
Yeah, we did. And personally, for me, I hope to have a graduation as I have graduated on August 13, where I got my results and it's a pass. And we have mentioned that during the very first episode on that. And I hopefully to get a first job because I really want to go into the media industry. So I'm hoping to go back to the internship place, which is Star Media Group, as most Malaysians know is the Star. They have a corporate communication department. So everything I had learned there, and it's all applied where we learn in university. And most of you might not know, I'm a part-time singer back in my hometown, Malacca. And I'm under a singing group called Chang Xiang Liu Tu, is CX6D. And you should guys check it out on Instagram. It's called CHANG, XIANG, and 6D. And we are very lucky to be selected as one of the performers for Young Buddhist Association Malaysia 50th anniversary, which is going to be held in my hometown, Malacca, at Angkor Malacca. Unfortunately, we're not able to because due to last year's pandemic, and we initially we want to be in March, but then after that is in July, and after that, and also again it's like in a certain date. So I think as any performer, I think Chloe, you will understand that what is the feeling like not being able to perform in front of people, right?
Yes, definitely being able to perform on stage is a totally different feeling, and I can tell you that it's a really good feeling. So I do miss that atmosphere and like the stage in general. So
yeah, the stage is the best thing in the world. We just like go up there and just like, hey, I'm there and no one's gonna judge me. I'm just gonna be me. This is my spotlight, this is my moment. Cue spotlight and just like music and just sing and just like, that's the best feeling in the whole world.
Yeah. So can I ask y'all a question? So have you guys actually like achieved anything off your like resolutions list for the past couple of like New Year's?
Well, yes, one of it is the singing. Yeah, and one of it is singing, and I did perform live virtually during the MCO. Yeah, so that's one of the resolutions. And one of the resolutions that I managed to achieve in a couple of years back then was able to intern at Star Media Group, which was since I was like 14 years old or something. So yeah, to be able to achieve that dream is really awesome. Well, how about you, Lian?
Well, for me, I guess I did, but then also I did not. I'm not really sure. But like, I think it is nice that we all have our own like resolutions and we get to share with each other like our goals and all. But I think what we all have in common is that although we have like resolutions, we may not achieve them, if you get what I mean. Like, we would just end up pushing the same resolution into another year, and it just becomes like a new year, new me joke. I don't know if you guys can like relate to that.
It's now just a consistent meme. New year, new me, but the same resolutions all over again.
And you won't really take it seriously, right?
Nope, never.
Yeah, because like in my opinion, right, I think one of the reasons why resolutions might fail is because they know what they want, but they don't really know how to execute it properly, or even to make the resolution stay in the long term. And for some other cases, right, it may not be realistic. Like, their resolutions are not really realistic to the point where it's kind of impossible for them to even achieve it. So I guess you can say my advice, right, is that if you were to create a resolution, you should be choosing a specific goal and you try to like put time into planning. And what I mean by that is like, for example, if say like one of the audience said that they wanted to expand their business. So if you want to create your business or expand them, you have to try and do some research on like the things that you're planning to sell. Know who's your primary audience, find a reliable supplier, and also maybe create an aesthetic designs on your page to attract consumers, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And another thing is that I think people can start with small steps. Because like, example, most common New Year resolution is definitely to lose weight. I'm pretty sure a lot of us here are trying to lose weight
to stay
as well.
fit.
Yes, I want to get
the ladies.
Yes, like I want to get abs. You want to get abs. They want to get abs. So yeah, most common New Year resolution is definitely losing weight. But say But let's say you are very aggressive at the beginning. You try to work out 7 days a week for 2 hours straight when you barely exercise for like the past few months. It's exciting at first because, you know, you're very motivated, you're very determined. But once it starts to fade, you're going to realize that you're overworking yourself, and you'll find that it is pretty difficult for you to continue. So you give up. It's same for me as well, because I tried to do that since 2014 and 2020. I made it, but then I kind of let go a little while, and now my New Year resolution is still that. So
yeah, it's really
from like
it's really true to start with like small steps. So if you're someone who's like not super active, I would suggest to start really, really small, like do like a 20 to 30 minute workout, and then from there you just start building, like you just increase your time or like intensity of like your workout, you know.
And like always to keep healthy at all times, because like for me, if I were to lose weight, I don't do it for the abs or something. I would do it for my health, because I just like, you know us ladies, we always say we are really overweight and oversized or something. So we just like, just don't think it about that way. Just think it about, I'm just gonna achieve that one point, and if we can see the clothes that we are wearing, it's like, and when you zip up, especially the zippers, I'm sure the ladies will understand what is the, you know, the dresses and the zippers on our clothes. So like the moment when you hear the zip, when we like, oh yeah, we could wear this clothes, I'm already that, and that achievement, we know that we achieved at that one point. And honestly speaking, it took me 1 year to lose that weight to fit into my yellow cheongsam, which I wore to my cousin's wedding a couple of years ago.
I guess this doesn't only apply to ladies, this also applies to guys as well, because everyone has their own insecurities, okay? This is a gender neutral thing. So yeah, start small, really.
But it's like what they say, I think, right, using your shirt measurement as a tool to determine whether or not you've lost weight is better than scale, because scale, you can't really rely too much on the scale measurements. True. Because you might be losing weight, but your mass is still the same. It's because you probably lose some fats, but you are gaining muscles at the same time. So you cannot really rely on the scale measurements completely. T-shirt size measurements, however, would make a big difference, and it would definitely motivate you more. And similarly to like dieting, if say you want to cut down your food proportion, you maybe can first like start cutting down 10% of it on the first week, and then proceeds to 20%, and then 30% until you reach your desired portion, actually. But don't cut down too much, because like you want your body to adapt slowly to the change before you progress any further. That's right? True. That way your body would not be able to that way your body would not be stressed out too much by all the sudden changes, and eventually I think you'll achieve what you want.
I definitely agree, because from first-hand experience, it's not good to just cut out everything at one go. I cut out I did a keto diet, and I lost hair. Like my hair just kept falling out because I was lacking nutrients. I'm not joking.
No. Oh no, Chloe.
Yeah, baby steps is important. It's very similar to like people who want to travel. You want to travel, you can maybe start by
local.
I don't know, maybe go local first, and then
Juti Malaysia, as we say.
Yeah, and if say you're comfortable in traveling alone, you know, you can progress further into like overseas, and then eventually US. Oh, I really want to go to the US and the UK. Yeah.
I want to go to Australia. Really want to go back, because how many memories of my childhood. And I just want to add on Chloe's point on like how she lost hair. You know, actually I did my best on how to get the tummy flat. So instead like lunch like it's the normal rice, I eat fruit salad. And it really does help and after maintaining that diet for a week, and I see myself be like, okay, it really helps. And it's like, okay, maybe I just take my lunch to fruit salad. Then like dinner is the normal dinner, rice, and breakfast is normal. Then lunch is fruit salad, and dinner is like normal. So yeah, it does really help. And also do a lot of twisting as well, because sometimes I listen to songs that really help me to lift the fats out. Yeah. So yeah. So guys, remember to always take baby steps and always keep healthy. And just like what Leanne said, please don't ever stress out yourself before we end up somewhere that we don't want to.
True.
And with that will be a wrap up for today's podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed listening to our first episode of 2021. Before we forget, we would like to tell you guys that there will be some new features in the upcoming episodes, so stay tuned.
Remember to head on to our social media, our Instagram at SunwayFM, and drop us some topics or what you'd like to hear from us here on SunFM.
So we will see you guys in the next podcast. Stay bright, stay positive, and keep shining on SunFM.